Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon
and Banshee. Welcome to the show.
The show.
We're barely here. Time change and all.
Yes.
Wretched thing. I know, Violet, you said online you got up no problem. And you know what? I had a pretty good night's sleep last night. I did. I think I got 7 hours. But of course I had to sleep till nearly 9 o'clock to get that of the new time.
No matter what the clock said, I got up at the time that the cats normally wake me or close enough. So
that's sad.
That is sad.
Because I know what time that is. So, at any rate, but really the effects of the time change usually hit me the next day, the day after, maybe for a week or two before I finally settle my sleep schedule into the new routine.
Despite the fact it won't make me stop getting up normally when I need to get up, I will kind of feel that wonkiness for a few days or more.
It's really not healthy. And
No.
you know, I feel like if you really flow with the rhythms of nature, this whole thing about moving the clock is just kind of disruptive. It's disruptive to me inside. So my body feels it. So I don't like it. I wish we could stop doing it, or at least keep it one way or the other. If everybody likes the nights long, it's summer.
Didn't we vote to change this in our state
Well,
or area or region?
I believe so.
Awesome. But what happened?
You know, I guess it's not up to the
It
people.
was kind of countermanded, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Was it a veto of the legislation, or
I
what
don't
happened?
remember how it came down, but I do know that it has never passed Congress to change this. So it's disappointing. At any rate,
Hi, Sonny.
enough harping. Sunny is here, so I guess we're just about ready to go. I was actually taking the names off of Violet's list, and I seem to have not seen the list on here anymore. There it is. Okay. I'm way behind a little bit here, so you have to excuse me. Anything you have to say?
Me?
Yeah. Like, I don't know, promos or anything?
No. Watch Banshee's Material Matters. If you look at the actual website, there's two versions of the same video. One was made just for people who use phones, and then the other one is just the normal version we normally send. So one may look smaller on your device or wherever. It's an experiment that failed. Basically, we're going to continue doing it the way we always were.
I really felt it looked the same on my phone either way, but I could be crazy, but it just looks worse on, you know, from a laptop then. So, yeah. Anyway, nice try, Mr. O.
Thank you.
All right, I threw one new deck into the mix that I got not that long ago. It is the Ehrenberg Tarot that will be showing up first. It's kind of a, you know, one would look at it and say it's a simplistic tarot, but I really like it. I like the art. I like what they did there. I like the fact that the person seems to be focusing on particular elements of, you know, a tarot card that they deem important. That's what it looks like to me, without reading why they did what they did. But it's really kind of cool. I like it.
All right. I'm just going to announce the cards I'm using as I use them, but I have mixed it up a little bit, and it's literally a tarot palooza over here on my end as well.
Everyone else has seen, they're all the same, other than I took out the Unfolding Path Tarot for a while so I could get this one in. And I'll probably be changing up next week. And yes, Violet, I did dig out my Witch's Garden plus a number of my herbal and plant-based kind of oracles. So I'll be bringing those out soon as well. Anyway, let's get on with it. All right. So
Reading
we
for
have
the,
Libra first, I
collective?
believe, right?
Collective reading?
Oh, the collective reading. And I do have, well, I could use the Roar again for Women's History Month, but I think I am going to use, it was between the two. I also have the Sacred Forest Oracle here for those by Denise Lynn, which I think is nice, which I'll use for oracle readings. But I'll be using the New Orleans Oracle deck for this. It's now in Texas, so good for you. Can't wait to see that one. You might have shown pictures before. I can't remember. The brain. Hey, instead of Mercury retrograde, at least for a little while, I can blame things on the time change. That'll be my running excuse for everything that goes wrong. All right. Well, definitely what we need during the time change, no?
What is that? Oh, self-care.
Self-care. What number is that?
19.
19?
That's what it says.
Oh, it says abundance here.
Then it's 12.
It is. That's cool.
Well,
I
look
know
at it real
these
quickly
numbers
and you
are
can
ambiguous. And I can
See
see
why I
12,
thought that?
but I can
Yes.
also see why you said that. They loop
The
the, two in
aging-
such a
the
way.
aging eyes.
Excuse us old people today.
We're old.
All right.
Sorry to old people. Of course, we are old too.
It is time to put your focus on taking care of yourself in the most basic ways.
Correct.
Pampering yourself with a long bath, taking extra care, or shower. I'm a shower person. Taking extra care about the food you put into your body, getting enough rest, and simply taking some time for yourself is recommended right now. You are close to running on empty, and it is taking a toll on you more than you realize. Sometimes self-care can be as simple as learning when to say yes or no at the right moment, based on how you feel. Take the time to care for yourself and notice how quickly things start to fall into place in a much more effortless way. And isn't that the truth? Put yourself first for once. Give yourself some self-care, especially during transition times like we have today. Some people can say, oh, it's no big deal, and it may be true, but, doing that extra little precautionary stuff of some special pampering or self-care at this time can't hurt.
I want Oreos.
Well, it did say something about the food you put in your stomach and making sure it's good for you or whatever, and
Hands off.
Oreos are good for him. Okay, all right, I give up.
A dear, sweet, kind follower on Twitter bought me a shawl.
Ah, isn't that nice?
Nice.
That's very
And
sweet.
we gave our granddaughter
Oh.
something like a shawl.
Violet, I'm going to
More like a
post
sweater,
this
maybe.
tomorrow.
It was really pretty.
Yeah, it cost a bit, but it's so beautiful. I'm going to post the gifts I gave to my granddaughter. And one is a cardigan. It's called a Hugigan, made by somebody who is called Helena Yarn Basket, who hand crocheted this and said she learned her crocheting techniques from her grandmother in Romania.
But that was one of the vendors that we visited
Convocation.
at Convocation, and so that's where we bought some of these birthday gifts for.
It was so beautiful, and she looks so gorgeous.
Yeah, it's really
in
cute.
It. Oh, but she looks gorgeous in anything. My
She
dear
does.
sweet granddaughter,
She's
who
so
is no
beautiful.
longer my little angel. She's just my angel now because she's an adult. Wow.
All right.
All right.
Libra is first. What hidden message do I need to know?
Well, Libra, I'm going to be using the new tarot for you.
Oh, I want to use my new tarot. It's
Oh,
okay, I'm teasing.
go right ahead.
I'm teasing.
That's not even new.
I know. So where's my Lenormand?
Oh, I don't know. Where did it go?
I guess it's really on you then.
We're using the tiles again. Do you need me to unfold it for you too?
No, I think I can figure
And
that
set
out.
it up for you so that, everything is perfect.
Are you getting persnickety on me?
Yes.
We talked about this before.
Here you go, Mr. O.
Alrighty.
All right. No, we did that on my Material Matters when I saw my tiny picture in telephone form on my laptop. And I'm like, what the heck?
I'm gonna come up with something for the the big standby for bickering. I'm just gonna come up with something I can spring on the live stream. I still have to come up with some things to do with some other little tools that I have that I haven't
Can't
figured
you
out.
use that little gadget for something like that you use for
Moki?
Yeah, Moki.
I haven't figured out how to get Moki to work yet. I have a friend who wants to help me do that, so I might pursue it that way.
Well, we do start with a reversal. It's the Fool reverse. This is what's coming towards her, right?
Yes.
What messages do I need to know?
Okay, so this is that reading.
All right, so we'll do it that way. So the message you need to know is maybe you ought to lay a little low at this time, Libra. Don't take on any unnecessary risks and in particular, be mindful of how you react to things. Don't just spontaneously combust, so to speak. Watch what you say because it could have repercussions. So in other words, mind what you do, whether it's what you say, what you do, and try to just be rather status quo right now.
Something like that, Kara. So I don't see exactly what Banshee sees, but I do sort of feel like this is a sense of caution because you don't understand some things that are coming towards you, or that what's coming towards you is the possibility that you might have a lapse in judgment about how to approach or engage with the situations. You might, go down an alley after dark when you shouldn't, something like that, basically.
So why is this important? I like the way they do the suit here. It's the Four of Wands. Well, because, how should I say this? You want things, I almost think this card, it's usually our party card, right? But I think it's here for another reason. The reason you need to just go status quo at this time is because you need some grounding and stability right now. Well, that's what the Four provides.
I'm just wondering if it's important because whatever this confused unexpectedness is, it threatens or it sort of has an effect perhaps on your home life or upon situations there. So that's why it's important, because maybe, a lapse in judgment or an unexpected change might endanger that comfort or that security there.
Well, Victoria, there's a time and a place for spontaneous combustion. But maybe not blurting out sometimes might be the way to go here. So where are things headed? Well, Page of Wands reversed. So it's interesting. You've got two Wands cards here with this. So I don't know if this is relating to work, possibly, Libra, or just with your present path, the goals and the things that you want to initiate. But it seems to me where things are headed is you might be getting some bad news or some news about some delays or postponements of things that were important. And so I wonder if really what's happening here with this is that this could lead you to do this, and you need to be more grounded and stable. So when you receive bad news or something that's just disappointing to you, don't take a chance on people, how should I say this, accepting a bad reaction from you, I don't know why. I'm just feeling that with these cards. Maybe I'm off, but watch what you do or say if something does not turn out the way you had hoped. Things get postponed, delayed, etc. Try to stand firm and balance through it and just be, you'll get through it fine if you do. I'm sorry.
Oh, is it my turn? Well, I get a different feel from this. I don't think this is exactly what you said, but I think that where it leads to is the idea that maybe you'll find there has to be some significant kind of change around the home environment or around the foundational environment. And so whatever this thing is going on, maybe bring something to you that makes you realize you have to change something. It could be an outright move, like if you're in an apartment, maybe you have to consider a move, or maybe there's some aspect of this thing that has to change somehow. Maybe you have to change locks because somebody has a key that you don't want to have a key anymore. I don't know. Something.
Yeah, I know, and I know where you're coming from, and I guess, that reading is where things are headed, but I just had a feeling that somehow this is where things are heading right now, and this is like the potential for reaction and what you need to do. I don't know why I did that, but that's what my brain told me to do.
Well, let's look at the Lenormand, and the first one is the fish.
Okay.
And oddly enough, we stick with the watery elements and put an anchor there.
Oh, the anchor and the fish. Well, movement stops or stalls. So see again, I feel there's this thing about not moving forward at this time. In a way, the fish are swimming all over the place, right? But the anchor holds things in place. So it could be something in your material financial sector that you were hoping something good would happen, but it's stalled.
Yeah, something is stalled is the basic idea of what's coming towards you and what it may actually, impact on. I'm saying maybe things around the home.
Could be. Definitely seems to have a material feel to it as well as possibly business, So good luck with that, Libra.
All right, the library clocks are changed. Thank you for your service, Angel.
How about yours? Who changes yours?
I think there is some timer that goes off, but it does have to be engaged at some point. And I remember the one at my other library too, because we had so many clocks around a very large building, they actually synced rather poorly. It took sometimes about a day to actually sync up. It's kind of crappy.
It's an interesting deck. I may use it again in this show a couple times, just I'm getting used to it.
All right, so Lena is up. A spirit reading for the next 2 months.
Okay.
I'm going to use my Universal Monsters Tarot. I don't remember the exact name. This has rather thick cards.
Ooh. Let me see. Well, that's better though. Okay.
And I've only used this deck once or maybe twice before.
Which one? Uh-oh.
The Universal Monsters.
I love that one.
I do like it. Spirit reading for the next 2 months. So the first card is the Ten of Claws reversed. The Ten of Claws is the Ten of Swords, but it's reversed. And then there's the Four of Candles, which would be the Four of Wands. This one's upright. And of course we had the Four of Wands in our last reading. And then the upright Six of Candles, which is also, of course, the Six of Wands. So it's a little mixed here, but we can take a go at that.
Six of Wands is upright too?
Yes, they're all upright.
The Ten of Swords is up. No, Ten of Swords.
Well, I meant the two wands.
Got it. Yeah, interesting. We're getting all this wand action going on. Okay, for Lena. Well, let's throw the Lenormand out there. You might find something of interest there. There is the ship. And the clouds with the light side towards the ship.
Hallelujah.
So, well, Lena, I think within the next 2 months you're going to be experiencing kind of a calmer period, a more stable period. You have that Four of Wands here in a good place, and I feel like, this seems as though you're coming out of a period of some turmoil, some disappointment, some maybe even senses of feeling betrayed by people or whatever the case, or situations or circumstances, whatever the case may be. But now things are starting to stabilize a little bit here. And is that the Seven of Candles? A 7. And
it's the 7. I said it was the 8, but it's the 7.
It seems as though you're going to be feeling like you're on a little bit more solid ground and that you have more a handle on things going on in your life. And this could be in your business world, or career.
I think the whole thing does sort of sound like a synopsis for more of a business side to your reading. That the first card may actually indicate you are moving away from a bad decision or from something bad that happened to you in business. Maybe it was a loss. Maybe it was somebody, taking over a company or part of a company and causing hardship. But the next two cards really do look good. The Four of Wands is saying things stabilize or you find a way to, sustain or recover. And then the Seven of Wands is really what Banshee said, is just really also finding, where your strong points are so that you can re-engage again. So it really sounds like after going through maybe some sort of crisis where you had to, kind of take over or move away from that, you're stabilizing and you're getting ready to mount your energies again.
And if you look at the Lenormand, because you have the, the clouds with the light side facing the ship, it's indicating to me that maybe there's a little less uncertainty either about certain moves or maneuvers that were done, and you understand it better now or it makes more sense to you now, or there's less uncertainty or worries about making your next moves, as far as things go, because you feel like you're in a much better place now.
Right. I mean, I guess the metaphor is it just seems like smoother sailing, and maybe more of a general idea of, your direction being confirmed, which maybe is a reflection a little bit of what I was seeing over there.
When you, so I think that it looks good. I'm just going to leave it at that. That's fine. Okay. Good luck with that, Lena. And Miss Victoria is asking, still searching for a secondary form of income. Will it be arriving soon? All right. Well, let's see. And if it's not clear from the three cards, we'll do a quick yes, no. Well, we got the Nine of Wands. Upright. Uh-oh. That's not the mice, obviously, but Mr. O's going to take care of that. We got the Tower upright. You like the Tower, O, though. That's right. You say, bring it on. Well, there you go.
You're like a crisis babe.
And then we have the World upright.
Or chaos babe. That's the word I'm looking for. You love the tower. But a big tower like that's got to have mice. And there they are. Am I?
Oh my gosh.
I just literally said that.
What?
A big tower's got to have
and
mice.
I didn't think I'd jinx it.
I did.
Hey, I didn't pull it this time.
Maybe there's a tree growing next to the tower or through it. I don't know. We can convince the mice to go run up the tree.
It's obvious growth through pain, huh? Right. We'll talk about that. But this very interesting, Victoria. This is kind of a real dynamic reading here. Let's look at that tower front and center here, because I feel like, well, maybe not totally front and center here. I feel you got to be prepared for a shakeup in your world. A shakeup, a wake up, a breakthrough moment. If you like the tower, that's what it's about at its core. Something is breaking through, because either you need to fix something, or you need to realize that you have to move on to something better. So I almost feel like this might be saying, be prepared for a shakeup. Maybe something that comes your way is really going to rock your world and shake it up in a certain way. Maybe, in a sense, it won't be the secondary income. It might be something you find that might be something that makes you want to give up your present job. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. But I would also say that whatever shakes up in your world actually leads to the world. Because I think that maybe what you're looking for you will succeed in finding it. There is a successful conclusion here. But you know what? No pain, no gain. So there's going to be some temporary discomforts along the way as you learn what this may cost you. Maybe there's a cost involved here. Either, the hours are going to stress you out. You're going to have to give up something else in order to make this income happen. It just seems like there's something else here.
Are you going to let me talk again?
No, I wanted to get it all in. I'm done.
You should be. Well, I think that was an interesting observation yourself, Victoria, about, looking like the hanged man upside down in a way. It's kind of true. So I'm wondering if those energies are sort of semi-present there. I think Banshee's right. There's an idea here that something really shakes up and gives you, a sense of what you really should have been doing to move towards the completion here. It's all really about moving towards the completion in a perfected manner. And really, it comes from the fact that if you want to have this, you really have to stand your ground. You have to really do that. That maybe there are obstacles, but you have to stand your ground. And maybe there's something that really needs to be challenged within yourself too about what you accept or can't accept. But once you do that, you maybe arrive at that idea that what you gave up or what you had to change really kind of turns the world, perfects the world in a way.
You know what? The other thing is, it's interesting about the mice and the trees. I was going to say something about this. Again, it may say to me, Victoria, that you may have to take a little bit of a loss here. The mice can be about less. So you may have to take a little bit of a loss here in some way to gain and grow, and do this. I don't know. That's what I
Right, I do feel there is a sense of some things you have to accept at their end, and maybe that's the people who have been manipulating or walking over you. And, I know what that's like in my own life. I'm not trying to compare it necessarily about people who take advantage of you. Boy, have I seen it, especially in my workplaces. But when I look at the tree and the mice, I do feel like this is saying growth happens for you even though you suffer through the annoyances. And maybe those annoyances are, getting through that layer of what the tarot is saying, but that really it guarantees the fact that you're going to grow because you put yourself through that willingly and you were able to stand your ground and perfect.
That's what we have for you. Wow. Interesting cards. All right. Good luck with that.
It happens.
Thank you.
Hi, Sherry.
Hey, Sherry.
Better late than never, Victoria.
All right.
All right, so Kara's up.
Hey, Kara.
Will the goddess Hell help me working with my ancestors?
Will goddess Hell help me with working with my ancestors?
Do you want to just do that? I'll say yes or no? How do you want to do that?
We really didn't tell you when, did we, Victoria, when that would come in?
No, we didn't.
I just thought of that. I think that...
Was it actually a one question?
Judging by those cards, I really think something might happen sooner than later.
It has that sense of that.
Because the world is there, but
to complete
and
things.
The tower seems like a sudden...
Tower always is sudden.
I think it's going to happen out of the blue, almost like, you weren't expecting it, and there it is, the opportunity in front of you.
I should try to do that one of these days. I've been really bad about getting to the gym. Just don't seem to have the motivation lately.
Hit the gym. That's what we should be doing, yes.
So, did you agree with me or no?
With what again?
A yes or no?
Yeah, you could do a yes/no, I guess.
All right.
If you want. And here I thought the new moon in Pisces would just let me sleep and dream. All day. But no, I guess. Still not sure why I gave you that deck.
Because you like it?
I do.
Did you give it to me?
I thought I did.
Okay. Well, it's leaning towards no. I want to look at your question again. So it's saying it's leaning towards no, that maybe the goddess won't help you. But here's what we got. We have the upright judgment. We have one ace, which is why it's leaning towards no. And then our next card is another major arcana, and it's the reversed star. So,
the reverse star and judgment. Well, maybe hell wants you to seek your transformation, this ancestral work on your own. They want you to, and it's really interesting because judgment, it has that, what do I want to say, Mr. O? It's always looked like the dead are rising, right, from their graves. And so I almost think hell is saying, you need to resurrect this on your own, and you need to delve more into your ancestral history and roots, perhaps. And what is this card again?
Because the star reversed.
Because I'm feeling it here too. Is just that. Don't be pessimistic or don't be discouraged by the lack of ancestors contacting you right now. They want more out of you, and maybe the answer lies here.
The lily and the book.
They really want you to do the research. They want you to delve into your past history as best you can. Talk to other family members. Learn more. Try to get more names, and and see if you can't trace things back further. I think hell wants you to work on this on your own for a time.
It's absolutely what it's saying. I think it's really saying that you probably are capable of doing this on your own or seeking what you need to help you get there. But that also, too, it is a process of learning and, growing towards that. That, there's not a simple switch to turn on necessarily. So good luck with that.
Good luck with that. We haven't even talked about our DNA research yet, but we really have to read it over more. We did get our results back, and it was a lot vaguer than I had hoped.
Yeah, I'll say.
But it did have some interesting details in there, and one of which we both found interesting was they could trace some of my lineage back to a certain era, and his was a lot less, which startled the heck out of me. So I don't know how they can do that and why it didn't go further for him. But they dated back some of my line to the 1600s, like 1630. But his...
Yes, they went back about 400 years, give or take a decade or two. With mine, they only went back about as far as I know when my first ancestors came from Europe. And believe it or not, all four of my ancestors came in the late 1880s or later. I didn't have anyone here before that. And that's all that they pulled up from this DNA, which I thought was disappointing.
Well, and they did talk about different parts of the world, but really, I expected it to just be a little bit more detailed than it was. I'm not going to get into that right now, but I did want to add one more thing. It seems like most of my results as a woman came from my matrilineal line, so it's almost as if I have to get my brother's son, my late brother's son, or somebody from that side that can show my father's, genetics and lineage. And so I'm kind of disappointed in that. And I don't know. I expected more. But anyway, whatever.
Hi, B.
All right, let's get rolling.
All right, so Lilith has asked, how do I navigate the next month to ensure positive outcomes for my complicated romantic situation while not losing balance on the career front? Okay. It is one question, but there's a bit of detail there. So we're going to throw some cards and see what happens. I'm going to use my Crow's Magic Tarot.
Was this supposed to be my deck?
No, you used your deck, I thought, didn't you? No, we didn't. It's your deck.
That's okay. You want to use that? Go ahead. I'll let you. So, all right.
Well, I realize it makes an incredibly big difference to you.
I just realized it. I'll use mine twice in a row. And it makes sense in a way because the angel wants an oracle, so there you go.
All right. Our cards. First one is reversed Page of Coins. Upright Queen of Swords. I like that image there. And reversed Ten of Wands. Well, this almost tells the story now, doesn't it? Did you want to throw those out?
Not yet. I just want to read the question again first. Just a minute.
How do I navigate the next month to ensure positive outcomes for my complicated romantic situation while not losing balance on the career front? It almost feels like maybe this will definitely be challenging, Lilith. So we have the Gentleman, which may be yourself or maybe another person here. And we have the Lily. The lily of the valley doesn't know, as a song lyric from Queen once said.
Well, you got to be careful here, if you want to navigate both with your career front. You got to be careful here that you don't miss anything, miss opportunities for growth or advancement or money. You have to do what's right for you on the material front here, I think. And also, don't allow, any bad news to rattle you, whether it is on the romantic front, because you want to know about how you can manage a complicated relationship with this business situation or your relationship with your business situation. Don't let anything rattle you. Don't let any disappointments get under your skin and take you off your game. You have to focus when you're at work, and I think that's the danger here, losing your focus.
I think that the possibility of losing your focus, Lilith, is because there may be something that you're not seeing, and maybe it's something that you should see, or maybe it's something that you just need to scratch at the surface a little bit more. But I think something is maybe complicating your view of seeing some knowledge that would help you one way or the other, either with the relationship or the career. And I do feel that with the Queen of Swords, though, this says that really, if you do have to make a decision, you're pretty much going to weigh all the possibilities and make the decision that really is the best one for you overall.
And with the Queen of Swords upright, I think that this is saying here, do what's right for you. Make sure, and if you really want to know how you manage both of these things, put your heart in the right place when you're dealing with your relationship. Use your head when you're at the workplace, or when you're dealing with your career matters. You have to be able to kind of flip the switch here. head over heart, heart over head. And I think that's the way you're going to make the wisest moves, choices, and decisions in both places. Don't try to mix up the two.
Well, the final card, though, to me says that maybe it's possible that what you have to decide or what you will see is that something has to be jettisoned. Some burden or situation has to be removed. That's the Ten of Wands reversed. And so a lot of times this is saying, if it's not something you're really jettisoning, it's just saying you're finding a way to alleviate whatever is burdensome about the situation. So if it is about this balancing, a romantic or social life with a career business life, then maybe this is saying you can ultimately find that. And a lot of that is about making the sound decision that can, enable you to do both satisfactory.
I think what I'm getting out of that, since this seems to be advice on how to navigate this whole thing, is to really try to lighten your load in some ways. Whether it's, whether your social life is getting too complicated, then step back a little bit. The workplace is getting too much. Well, we've got to earn our money. So the bottom line there to me is just do things to de-stress at work and decompress. Maybe listen to some soothing music on your lunch breaks. Maybe take a walk. Whatever the case may be, because sometimes we have no choice with the amount of work that's dumped on us. It's how we manage that load and make it easier for ourselves. Don't make things harder for yourself. Try to find other ways to decompress. And also, if there is a way to look for some assistance or help at this time, then do it. Then see if somebody can lend you a hand if things do become too burdensome. Or if you need a day off because things are a little bit crazy, then see if you can get one.
Well, looking at those Lenormand, though, what I think is interesting is that maybe it says the situation with the romantic situation will be evolving for you, and that means that maybe you'll still have to work at finding a place and time for that to happen. But it doesn't sound like necessarily anything needs to work on that career front in my mind, about that's sort of like self-assured, taking care of, your decisions will be sound. And the other work, the evolving work, just needs to continue with the relationship.
Yeah, I like that. I think in time things are going to get, lighter. Things are going to grow in a more positive direction. It just seems as though, and I do think it may be talking about the relationship angle. I'm hoping, that things will improve. That's kind of what it looks like to me. That maybe even, this is talking not so much about you, but the other person. That they are evolving and growing too. And maybe getting more, how can I say this? More acclimated to the flow of being with you, and your life needs, etc. So that's what I see. Good luck with that.
All right.
Good luck, Lilith. And Angel wanted an oracle. I'm going to get out the Sacred Forest.
You're welcome.
You are welcome. You too. You have a great week. Hope things work out.
Thanks. This week should be pretty good for me. Next week's a little more challenging.
I have a doctor's appointment this week. It's not my cancer doctor. It's my regular doctor.
And I mean the week after next is a little more challenging for me.
Other than that, this is going to be a nice calm week. I got to prep for that.
I have my usual work schedule going, and I work Saturday, but it won't affect happy hour.
No, happy hour's at the normal time this
10
Saturday.
o'clock, that's right. 10 a.m. will be the time of happy hour. So watch that, please. All right.
Wow, this is a week of enlightenment, Mr. Rivera. You have the Forest Temple. Number 19 for sure.
Touche.
I know. Forest Temple is all about enlightenment. The sound of delicate chanting fills the forest. You follow the sound as you walk down a meandering path into a small clearing. Before you, a forest temple becomes visible. As you get closer, it feels that the chanting is penetrating deep into your soul. Something seems to be shifting within you. Everything is the same, yet everything is somehow different. Meditate on the light within you and around you. Connect with the ever-present energy of the divine. Right now, your awareness is increasing. Your ability to understand the world is shifting. More and more, you can see situations from all points of view, and this creates an expansion in all parts of your life. This card also reflects times when you are seeing the world from only your personal point of consciousness, which is dramatically restricting possibilities for you. A one-sided, adamant view of life can block a vast influx of light, joy, and connection to the Creator. Strict adherence to your beliefs can obstruct wonderful opportunities from flooding your life. Be willing to step outside your limited points of view and see the world from the other's perspectives, and your life will expand. In temples throughout the world, initiates withdraw from their surroundings in order to gain an expanded perception of the inner reality of life. Intuition and healing abilities emerge during this time. Light is flooding into your life now. With enlightenment, you'll feel the expansion from a limited sense of self to an awareness of the cosmos around you. The spirit of the Forest Temple says, positive changes are coming. You are lightening up. You feel buoyant and free. Your connection to spirit is deepening. Old beliefs about who you are and what you deserve in life are falling away, replaced by incredible new paths.
I love it. It's very nice. There's a sense of finding balance, but also, the Sun card in tarot,
In a way, yeah, because it's number 19 too, right? Yeah. Nice. I love Denise Lynn, and by the way, a new deck of hers is coming out soon. I believe it's called the Time Traveler's Oracle. I am looking forward to that one.
So I want to say hi to Divine Universe.
Hey, Divine
Love and hugs. And also hi to Seven Ocean Skies. Hey there.
Hey, been a while.
All right, so to conclude Angel's reading, I have two Lenormands. The first one is the Stork. And the mice. The mice have returned.
Well, no pain, no gain, as we said for Victoria,
Oh, there you go.
It's almost as if, sometimes when we birth a new self, and sometimes when we open ourselves up to other perspectives and point of views, it can be a little bit stressful. It can be a little bit, hard to let go of the familiar and what we are used to thinking and believing. But new thoughts and new processes are coming. A transition is occurring in your consciousness and the way you are viewing things, your perspective on life perhaps, and like it said, where you feel, where you used to feel you were going and now maybe where you feel you are going, maybe two different things. And so it may be, and again, this is very temporary, this sense of struggle.
Right, exactly. And the idea, too, that, of course, it always may take some small amount of blood, sweat, and tears when you're starting something new. I already did that.
Oh.
And you'll have to pardon me for a moment. I need to do something.
Oh, can I get the cards at least? That's what we have for you, though.
The question is, can you indeed?
Mr. Rivera. I thought that was interesting. Good read. And it's going to be my deck again because he went twice, so I can get ready, sort of, for the next reading. Which is Divine Empress Aries, I believe. Let's see. Yes. Should you choose to work in the fashion industry? Oh, what an interesting question. I like it. Oh, which one do I want to use for that? I still have that booklet in there. I'll have to get that out. Put it there with the deck. I am thinking, what's a good one for fashion? I don't know. But let's use the Hip Chick Tarot, shall we? We'll do that.
I really need to get something to drink. So I'll take those Lenormands back.
Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I should do them both. All right. I'm using the Hip Chick Tarot. And you heard me right about the question, or you know it. Working in the fashion industry.
For who?
Divine Empress Aries.
Ah, okay.
I'm not doing a yes/no. I want some nuance here. And it's the page of Think, the child of Think. It's that means it's the Page of Swords reversed.
Yes.
There's no number on this card.
Must be the zero
But
card.
looking at it, I believe it's the Magician upright. Because
Yeah,
it's got
probably.
all the tools on it. So.
Nice.
They should have numbers on those. I'm kind of upset about that. But it's definitely a major arcana. It is the Magician. And the Seven of Earth, the Seven of Pentacles upright.
All right, in Lenormand, the tree, and the snake, because snake climbs the tree.
Well, I don't know why I should feel this way, Divine Empress. I would bet you're well suited for, this kind of work would be my guess. But, according to seeing the child of Think here reversed, I almost wonder if it might be a little bit, rough for you to acclimate initially, to find your balance there, to step gingerly into that world, because how the Page of Swords is graceful, but it's reversed now. So you know what I'm getting at here a little bit.
Ah, okay, yes.
So I may think that it may take you a while to, may take you some time to really feel acclimated or comfortable there.
Right, it could be that your initial steps will come across as being maybe a little bit awkward or even tacky or pushing. So you have to, meter that with what other people's expectations may be of you, because the thing is, you really have a lot to show and a lot of creativity.
Bam.
But you might have to go by the ropes a little bit in order to get going with that.
See, and that's why I said what I said here, that I'm not sure why I was saying this, because of this card. Because it seems as though you have everything you need to maybe be able to do this. So I guess it's about not just your will and determination here, but how you use your talents and skills, and, how you feel you can. Maybe you just feel clumsy at first or clunky at first until you realize your power there,
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
So then that takes us finally to the Seven of Earth, which is the Seven of Pentacles. And I think this is saying this is a place for you to grow, truly, and that, I like it because there's another image of a tree in most of them. And of course we got these trees down here with the snake in the tree. But I think it's really saying this is a place where you can grow and be fertile, and you just have to remember that, of course, this is an industry that does thrive on things actually being produced too.
Yeah, it is interesting to me because I'm confident and I'm not confident about this, Divine. There may be other aspects to working in this industry that might, if you pardon the phrase, get under your skin. So we got snake skin here. But, when I see the Seven of Earth, there's kind of a pause and a step back, like thinking, is this really right for me? Am I really going to be able to grow here to my full potential? I think there's a little bit of uncertainty about that, but it doesn't mean it can't happen. You definitely have a lot of the talent and abilities and the wherewithal to do it. And so we'll get to the Lenormand now.
With the Lenormand.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah, I'm done with that.
So, okay. I feel here that with this industry, there is a lot of backbiting. There's a lot of stuff that goes on that could affect your growth and progress. You're going to be dealing with a very cutthroat industry in some ways. It's not all glam and glitz. There's also some behind the scenes rawr going on as well.
So that could actually be a reflection back on what I was thinking over here too, tackiness or possibly non-diplomatic behavior. You may find that you have to kind of balance giving back what you feel you might be getting, because that might not be your best strategy. You may have to just suck some things up, but other things maybe you might be able to grow better.
Nothing here says you shouldn't try.
Absolutely
but
not.
Other things are just saying it's really uncertain where this will lead you. I think it's up to your will, your determination, and the way you use your talents and skills and rise above some of the uglier aspects of dealing in that industry. So good luck with that.
Thanks for the update, Violet. I think we're just going to go forward.
Yep.
All right. Why has A stopped talking to me? Well, I will use my Crow's Magic Tarot for that one.
All right. I think I'm going to use my new deck next again. I'm just going to shuffle it a little bit more.
Hi, Flower Beauty.
Don't mind me.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Likewise, in return.
Thank you, Flower Beauty. Hope things are going well for you there in India. Except for A, who's not talking to you. We'll have to talk.
All right, so let's see what we have here.
Yes, indeed.
The question was, why has A stopped talking to Flower Beauty? And the first card is the Ten of Wands upright, followed by the reversed Four of Coins.
Ooh. Yeah.
And the reversed Page of Cups. So
well,
this may be a story.
There.
And then we have the cross.
And guess what's back?
And the tree. Okay, so let's see if we can decipher this.
Well, is this a romantic thing, Flower Beauty, or just somebody that you're dealing with, a friend or a coworker or somebody you work with? Whatever the case may be, I feel that there's some stress here. There's some heavy feelings right now.
It is romantic. Okay. Thank you.
There's some heavy feelings that A may have right now. I don't know if it's because maybe you've had a disagreement or argument, or maybe there's something that they're really reconsidering here, or they may have some outside things going on that are causing this to happen. But whatever the case may be, they got some really heavy feelings they're dealing with.
They
right
feel
now.
burdened. They feel like something is sort of burdening their life. It could be actual physical things, but it's more likely maybe other, situations or mental things. Maybe there's, somebody else's care involved, or maybe there's, other situations that seem to distract or make it harder for them to focus on a relationship. It's hard to say exactly if this is about the relationship. I'm not sure I'm getting that yet.
Well, I do see some hints ahead, but I think that, sometimes people get these heavy feelings because they don't want to get too close at this time. And so it's a burden feeling like, I'm not sure, maybe I should slow things down a little bit. This is starting to get heavy to me. It could be something like that too, if you sense that might be what's going on. I don't know, that just popped into my head. But the
Four of Coins reverse.
Four of Coins reverse kind of bothers me too.
Yeah.
Because this could be a card of letting go. This could be a card of them saying, I may be thinking of moving on. Even though I value you, it's time maybe that I let this go. Or maybe that I let this go and not hold on so tightly.
I don't see the clear indication that there's a third party involved, but what I could say with the Four of Coins reversed is maybe they feel they either can't give you more, or maybe they feel they can't receive more. Something about, a value being moved around. Maybe they don't feel they give enough, or maybe they don't feel they get enough.
Well, and I don't want to, I don't want to bring you down at all, because remember, this is just what's in their head. But they maybe their sense of how they valued you has changed, has suddenly taken a change. Whether it is because of a third party or other things in their life, pressures from family or other things, that we don't know. It could be. The next card here, the Page of Cups, is what really bothers me here. It's almost as if a good beginning is not bearing fruit anymore, or making them happy anymore, or bringing them joy. That's the Page, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it might be too saying that, it looks as though things have kind of broken off right now. That may not stay that way, but that's the way it looks right now.
There's sort of just a different look here. Like maybe they sort of are feeling differently about either the values they have or the values they feel you have. They sort of are taking a different look in some respects, and maybe it's fair or it isn't fair, but maybe they expect something different, or maybe they are feeling they themselves are changing in some way.
They may be feeling fear or worry about making a long-term commitment, growing something with you right now. This is what, when I see the tree with the cross. I won't rule out something else, Flower Beauty, though. Remember, we did say there is a possibility that they're dealing with some other heavy burden in their life right now. And the tree is also about family. So maybe some of the pressure or stress that they're getting is coming from family, or family matters or concerns right now that are front and center.
Yeah, and I might have touched upon that as a possibility, that there could be care issues with, somebody involved. There could be other issues too that maybe almost move to a sense of where family may feel they have influence and have different desires or wishes for this person.
So I wouldn't necessarily give up, abandon hope just yet.
Right.
But, if you're not hearing something within a reasonable period of time, I think you're just going to have to assume something's way wrong and move on. But it could be something, like I said, that maybe will change in time. I wish you luck with that.
Yes, right. We don't. We see that
20
is a
days.
possibility.
That's a long time. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you know, especially if you were communicating all the time. I mean, I have to take this with a grain of salt. You know, it depends how long you've been. If it was every day and suddenly it's totally dropped off, something's up. And
That-
you would like to think if it was a family matter or something that,
That's an interesting point. I don't know, you know, with everybody it's different where the Mercury retrograde may affect them.
well, you know, Flower, let's see if they get in touch with you by the end of this month. If not, I think you just got to take it and say it's time to let it go.
Sorry for you.
Yeah.
Hiya, son.
Aw, sorry about that. Good luck with that, Flower. Wish you the best.
Yeah, feel free to come back in a week or two and ask again.
And Preeti is up, I think.
Yes. So that's going to be your deck.
Okay. And I'll use this one again. And I'm going to give you those. All right.
You're very welcome.
Okay, Preeti wanted a general.
Yes.
Drop C.
Oh, I know what I have now. All right.
Well, we have the Page of Cups back, reversed again, with a different deck. Ah, we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Huh. But somehow, after all of that, we got the King of Cups upright. Mixed bag for sure.
And then we throw it again with the cross. And the clouds with the light
Yikes.
side is facing.
Well, you know, I think you might get some news that makes you unhappy, Preeti, and you feel like luck is just not going your way. The things just, you know, you're wondering when is things going to turn for the better here. And, you know, this is just some disappointing news, whether it's about job, career, or a relationship that doesn't happen, or something else in your life you were hoping would bring you some joy, and it just doesn't seem like it's coming, you know. And but you have to remember here, the wheel is saying this is only a cycle, this is only a moment in time. Things will turn once again in your favor. And I feel here that the Page of Cups is here to say,
The king.
I'm sorry, yes, the King of Cups is here to say, hold it together, maintain your emotional stability through all of this, and recognize this for what it is, just a moment in time. You'll get through this. I feel here that if you're able to just keep your emotions in check, you'll start to see a silver lining in this disappointment that you've gone through. And that maybe, you know, where you think this spells some type of long-term disaster or disappointment, I should say, it's really not going to end up being that.
It seems like as a general reading, this may be talking about the things that maybe push your buttons or bring you, you know, joy in that emotional area. But of course, be prepared for maybe something unexpected to happen that maybe you didn't plan on and that you won't really like as much. That's that wheel, of course. But I think ultimately, you know, in this next period of time, and this is probably for a couple of weeks or so, emotionally you find your even keel. Maybe you also feel too that there's respect for what you do, Preeti, to calm the waters or to maybe help people find their own sense of emotional satisfaction. And so I think that's also why maybe the cloud's light side faces the cross, because I think this is saying you have a role to play, or you can have a role to play with maybe easing other people's sadness or depressing thoughts at this time. And maybe that's how you fulfill the cycle, is that, you know, when you can help others make their load lighter, it helps you feel better too.
Well, when I was saying this is really about you, so I want to go back to my reading a little bit, because I was looking at the clouds and the cross again and thinking to myself, I have a feeling you're going to regain more clarity about how to navigate the things that disappoint you in life. And hopefully, you know, like I said, there will be a silver lining here that you will see through, you know, the dark days and understand better how to navigate emotionally through them. That's what I see. That's what I have for you, Preeti. Mr. O had some good thoughts there as well.
All right. Sayama also wants a general reading. Excuse me.
All right.
I have some burps.
General reading for Sama.
Mm-hmm. I will use the Dark Grimoire Tarot. It's a little Lovecraftian. Violet, that's a little bit editorial.
Ooh. Okay. Why is this coming up so much? How many darn, you know, there are 36 tiles. And I mix my hands through them all the time.
What?
Nothing. I need something. I'm out of coffee. You know, I did say I was going to get up and get water, but I think I'll just have a cough drop instead. There's one in my pocket.
All right. General reading, Sayama. Our first card is the Upright Two of Pentacles, followed by the Upright Nine of Wands, and the Upright King of Wands.
Oh, wands today, too.
Yeah. Clouds comes back. And the woman.
Well, for general reading, Siama, it seems as though there's a lot of balance right now. There's a lot of balance. That's the Nine of Wands, and what did you say? Is that the King?
King of Wands.
Yeah. There seems to be a lot of balance, whether it's work-life balance, whether it's just balance in your business affairs, or you know, with the Nine of Wands here, this is just saying you are well prepared for whatever comes your way, be it in business, be it in your personal life. Things seem to be going well, and you seem to have it together. You seem to have what you need to just get by. I think that, you know, and to stand up for yourself if needs be, if there are some circumstances surrounding that. But because you have the Two of Pentacles here, I feel like maybe you're going to be very busy, but you're going to have everything under control because you are organized and prepared. And the King of Wands here says too, no problemo. You know, it's like as if everything in your world is going to kind of flow in an orderly fashion, moving you forward.
This looks like a really very good period for you, for the next few weeks at least. It just feels like you've really solved some of the, or you've balanced some of the financial questions you may have had, or the overall, material aspects of your life seem to be mostly cooperating with you, and you feel like you are pretty much prepared to meet what may oppose you. You don't feel like you necessarily want to have that struggle, but you know that if it comes, you're ready for it, and you feel like you face it mostly with a sense of confidence and bravery. Like you're not really scared of having to do this if you have to. Like I said, it may be that you feel like if you could avoid it, you would, but if there is, some part you need to stake out with confidence in order to achieve more or to make your points or whatever, you're ready to do that.
Now, attitudinally, with your attitude, it may be another matter. Perhaps some of the busyness may feel chaotic or uncertain to you. Maybe you just have a lot of self-doubts right now, or you're getting down on things. But really, you have it more together, I think, than you realize. I think maybe you just need to find ways to lighten things up a little bit. If you're feeling like maybe the work is getting too monotonous, or the things that you're doing day to day are so regimented and routine that you need something different to shake things up a little bit and make you feel a little better. So take a walk in nature, whatever brings some joy and happiness and some peace to your life. Make sure you give a little time to that as well.
Right. I think this is saying really with the Lenormand there that you're looking at these things maybe feeling that to some degree you're just going to trust in fate because you don't exactly see maybe what the indications really are, but it's just a matter really of weathering this in a way. It's just like clouds blow over and the sun comes out again. So I think overall this is just any minor confusion is really not going to stay.
That's what we have for you. Is there anything else, Mr. O?
Nope, I just said it.
All right. Sherry wants a message from guides. Is there anything she needs to know? Sounds good. And I'll use my Shadowscapes Tarot. And I'll give you this. See if you can stop making it a cloudy day here, Mr. O.
Well, you had your part
You
of
have
that.
too. We've been just getting them constantly.
Hi, Biddy.
Hi, Viddy. Let's add Viddy and close the list, I think, with that.
You're
It's
welcome,
now
Sienna.
3:25.
I agree.
I think we're right at the top of what we usually do, close to it.
All right. So I will do that on this end. And then I will do it over here. So Viddy is the last one
Yes.
besides you, Violet.
Yep.
All right. So we're doing the 1, 2, 3 one, right?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to use my Ibis Tarot, the beautiful colored Egyptian style one.
Oh, I thought it was I picked the clouds last time. This is my deck. That's why I have my deck out. I picked the clouds and the...
Okay.
That's why I shuffled. I'm all ready to go here. What did I have? The clouds and something. Oh, the lady. That's right.
So what was the deck?
I don't remember.
I do.
I shouldn't have to be your parent here.
Why? You act like you're my mom. Enough.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
In no way could I ever
Do you really
be your
want me
mom.
to talk about that?
Actually, you act like your mom.
It's a bickering zone.
I'm just going to say it. And so what does your spirit
You don't
guides
hold a
want you...
candle to my mom.
So, your message from your guides. Is there anything you need to know, Sherry? It's the Chariot reversed. So I feel here the guides are probably saying, well, you know, maybe you ought to take a full stop on something right now. This is a time to maybe reassess your path and where you're going. This is a time maybe to just expect, or to maybe just expect some delays in your progress at this point in time. It could be either.
Well, I sort of feel like this could be saying that your guides are saying you might be overconfident about your chances or your opportunities of taking this thing somewhere. You know, the Chariot is about movement, so in this context it could be about things you're planning or trying to do. And when it's reversed, it may be saying, or from the spirit, your guides, that you may not have it together to do that, or not at this time.
Divine Universe.
Oh, well, thank you.
We enjoy it too, I guess, because we do it
Sure.
so much.
Yes.
All right. So why is this important? Why is this important? Oh. You know, maybe there's some healing to do, or some just...
It's the reverse Three of Swords.
Yeah, it's the Three of Swords reversed. I'm sorry I dove right into that. But maybe why this is important right now is that you need to tend to things that might be, affecting you emotionally. You need to get more on an emotional, even keel, I think is what this is saying. And maybe that's why you need to slow things down or ride with the impasses that you might be facing.
Sherry, is this maybe about trying to go back to a relationship or situation where maybe, you know, there was some sort of separation from it? Not necessarily a romantic one, but maybe an association or relationship of some sort. And maybe this is saying this is not the right time to try and do that, even if it isn't necessarily what the first card was about.
Yeah, I don't know. You asked very, just what your guides want you to know. It could be about that. It could just be that whatever you're moving on right now, let's try to be more emotionally balanced, especially if things aren't progressing at the pace you had hoped. And where
right.
things are
Thanks
headed is the Lovers reversed.
So it's the Lovers reversed.
It could be about a relationship like Mr. O said. I don't know. No. So it's not. And so this could be about the choices you make. So why is it important for you to be in an emotionally sound place? And why is it important to just slow down? So you don't make the wrong choices or decisions. This is a time for you to maybe step back a little bit and really, take a look at things and make sure of your forward progress and if things are going the way you want them to.
It's a decision that maybe isn't about people and relationships, but it may be about situations that really do have twin poles on you, emotionally speaking. Either or all of these things may be things that you find satisfactory to move towards, but there may be some sense that this is needed to be thought out better, that in some ways maybe you need to find the right choice that really either heals or supports or repairs things within yourself, if not within others' context.
So I'm kind of feeling that what Spirit wants you to know, I'm just going to recap mine real quick if it wasn't clear, and you could do the same, but I think Spirit wants you to know is you either need to slow down or accept the fact that right now things are not moving as fast as you would like. There may be some obstacles and blockages in the way, and that's important because maybe it could rattle you emotionally, or your emotions or passion for the project, may be a little bit off. And so you need to, maybe you're not feeling the passion anymore, or maybe you're trying to regain it back. And where is this heading? It's heading to the point where you really have to decide if this is right for you or not.
So Spirit may want you to know that there's something here you won't be able to do, that maybe you won't have the energy or the ability to pull that off. You can't control that. It's something you can't control. Why that's important to understand that is because maybe what repairs itself isn't something you totally saw coming or you totally understand, but it's just going to need to do it itself, whatever this is. And where it ultimately leads to is maybe something has to be decided that you don't get exactly what you want. Sometimes with the choices represented by the reverse lovers, something may not be as emotionally satisfying, but maybe it's the thing you really have to do.
Lenormand, please.
So the first one is the clover, and the second one is the scythe or sickle. We can possibly see that it is sort of trying to curve away from the clover. No?
Yeah, I think so.
333.
I really have to think about this one a little bit. One of the things that first popped into my mind, which is not necessarily the way I want to go with this, it might be indicating that you may have to cut back on something in order for conditions to improve, to get better, to bring positive growth or luck your way. Something has to be cut away from, and maybe again, this relates to the slowdown, This could relate to that. This could relate to the decision you have to make. That's why I'm a little confused here. I'm getting kind of mixed signals on where this is coming from. Do you have any idea there?
Well, it feels to me like that this does suggest that maybe something is impinging on, the more positive things that could happen. We could call it luck, or we could just say, it's karma too in a way, that just good decisions bring good results. But something maybe is not quite letting that happen, and it could just be your own discernment over the situation. Like maybe you're just not seeing that decision or that movement as being advantageous. Maybe you have to re-examine that and decide really what is better for you or for others that you might be concerned with.
Yeah, if this is really slowing, if you've maybe lost some passion towards something in your life and you've got to make a choice or a decision, maybe this is saying to cut your losses. Cut the thing out if it's not working for you anymore. If something is not working in your life, and it's just slowing and grinding to a halt or just dragging you down, it's time to move on from that and cut your losses. Maybe that is what Spirit is trying to say, and positive things will return.
Cut your losses.
Get that feeling.
There is enough of a sense that either loss has happened or will happen or could happen. So I guess that could be that.
Well, the loss could just be in the lack of progress, too.
That's true.
So, I don't know if any of that makes sense to you, Sherry, but good luck with that.
Good luck.
What we got today from the cards. And Via's up. By the way, Siri, you can go away now. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Is that who that was? Leo's next actions towards V. Okay.
What did I say that brought that up? Did I say something that brought that up? That was funny. I really need to just shut that feature off.
Thanks, Violet, for handling things today.
Okay, V, right?
Yes, I already read the question.
I did not.
I did.
Leo's next actions towards me. And it's your deck.
Yes, I know. I already have picked my deck and I'm shuffling it.
I am keeping track today. Hey, the time changed.
Okay, thanks, Sherry.
My brain.
We do hope it's helpful. There was a little bit of ambiguity in our parts, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Uh,
Sorry about that if there was. Took a little bit to grok those together. Ooh. Well, that hasn't come up today.
I'm Earlcome.
And neither has that.
No, I'm irksome. That's what I am. I'm irksome. Ow.
I'm not sure what to make of this, but we'll see what you get. Was that the haunted house?
It is?
Yes, I recognize the back from my deck. I love that deck.
All right. And so here we are with, once again, the reversed lovers, the hermit, upright, and the reversed queen of swords. So
Wow.
I think that maybe
Let's get this out there.
coffin. Oh boy, VVV. I wonder if they're going to ghost you again, but I wonder if you're going to ghost them back, maybe.
Is this a ghosting situation?
Well, I think in the past you've said that Leo has ghosted you.
I don't remember. Okay, go ahead.
So I'm looking at these cards, and in a sense, there's a homogeneity that it is maybe about being ghosted in a way. You know, the hermit, maybe they're just sort of, you know, going it alone or without you. They're not looking at you as a relationship. They're looking at just themselves. The lover reversed
I do remember
could be
this.
literal, could be talking about the idea that they're not seeing the relationship, but oftentimes it just pretends to a choice that isn't good in terms of maybe how they're looking at what really motivates them. So in other words, they're maybe thinking something else is what they really want, and it's probably not a good choice.
Well, it's interesting to me. I do remember this situation now, I'm pretty sure, V. Sorry, we get so many questions sometimes, the brain just misfires. But, you know, there is this sense of this person wanting their autonomy or their aloneness or valuing their independent solitude here with the hermit. You know, I don't know why I'm feeling that, because the hermit is also about wisdom. You know, I'd like to think this person is doing this for their own growth and well-being, but I'm not so sure because the lovers are here reversed. It seems to me that they make a lot of wrong choices, and I think in this situation, on what their next move is with you, is making another bad choice or decision, you know, here. And I don't know that it's very good, whatever it is. And it may have to do with them stepping away again, you know, pulling themselves back from you. Oh, no.
Well, I almost wonder if maybe they are aware, or if they have some sense of that possibility, and that's part of the ghosting there. But now that you've revealed that, it does sort of make some of this look, you know, interesting. Like maybe you're the one who's alone in the situation.
Well,
you know,
but
although
this
is
is
about
about
their
his
feelings
next
towards
actions,
you, but also too, you know, the reversed Queen of Swords is about somebody who maybe, right? They're literally synonymous in a way. You know, somebody who feels they're making a harsh decision, but it's the one that they feel they need to make.
And this is an interesting one here. I don't know, you know, the garden and the coffin. And so to me, this could be one of two things here. This could be that their socializing ways are coming to an end. You know, if they're fraternizing around with other people, maybe they're going to be settling down a little bit now because I see the coffin here. But I also could look at this another way, unfortunately. Sometimes I look at the garden as social interactions online or say through chatting and things like that. And I almost feel like that could be coming to an end. So it's again, maybe they're shutting you out again at this point in time because of, you know, that independent streak they seem to want to have. But they're always making choices that don't seem to be very well thought out. And especially in regards to where I think you're concerned, because this was about their next moves towards you. So I think here their next moves are not good ones. And they really need to think more about it. As a matter of fact, I guess out of the two of these, I almost feel worse about this one. Because it's not just a matter of it being about, you know, the lovers making a negative call in a relationship, like let's say calling it off or whatever the case may be. It's just making an unethical decision about a relationship too, you know? So I feel here that, yeah, could they just be, you know, playing with you and other people at the same time? Just something is not right here. And, you know, then we couple it with that.
Right. It doesn't feel like they're going to be making good moves. I think the overall impression is that they're trying to avoid you, so it's a ghosting thing. I think with the coffin there and the garden at the bottom there, sort of too, because mostly due to proximity, that's most of your contact is probably online or through the airwaves if you're telephoning, or you were.
Well, he already did that, but I think it's continuing. So I don't know how you want to handle this. I don't have any good advice for that here, but maybe, you know, going forward, if you want to ask that question. Right now, it just seems like there's bad decision making, and I sense that this isolation, which to me is part of what the Hermit's about, may continue for a while. So I don't know if you want to push the envelope there and write to him privately and say, hey, guess what? And see what happens. But I don't know. I wish you luck with this.
Good luck.
Ooh. Anyway, yikes. Hey, Divine You.
Hi, Divine You. You're welcome, dear. Yeah, we're sorry about this too, of course.
Well, you know, I don't want to decry a pregnancy one way or another.
Right.
So, you know, child is a gift, and circumstances, though, make it difficult. Make it more difficult to appreciate the gift of life. And by the way, I am pro-choice, but, you know, I still feel that way about a child. But I don't necessarily also believe that life begins at conception. I'm just throwing that out there. Because that's me. That's my personal...
Okay.
I wasn't bringing you up in this, Violet. I'm not sure. This is just my own personal opinion, talking about the reading and stuff. So, I didn't mean anything on what you're saying to me. Just my 2 cents. Ugh. Well, it's a 7 of Cups reversed. These are beautiful cards. I love this one. It just needs the cat. It's the Queen of Fire upright. Isn't that beautiful?
I don't see her in there, the cat.
I know, I said it just needs a cat.
I know.
And then the 9 of Swords upright. 9 of Air.
What deck is this?
Oh, that's the 4 Hexa.
Yes, I thought so.
Go on, let's see what you got.
Okay, so the cross showed up. And the anchor. So
You are pulling your hair. You're very nervous. You know, that's the 9 of Swords here. And, you know, this is showing the stress and anxiety, keeping you awake at night. But, you know, I feel with the Queen of Fire here upright, you may have this. It may be okay. It may all work out, and you just have to do it. You know, you said, will you be able to apply? Some documents were dispatched 3 weeks back, but you did not receive them. Well, you should just go for it. You should just do it anyway. The 7 of Cups is reversed here, which indicates just taking that option, which means this is what you want to apply for, and doing it. Because out of all the options out there, I think that's the one you want. And the Queen of Fire says, just get busy. Just get it done and quit worrying about it. You know, there's a lot of worry here. You're anchored in worry. You're anchored in stress and worry right now. And I think, you know, when we make major don't be down on yourself about this, Divine, because when we make major transitions and things in our life and we're doing stuff, it can be stressful. So it is showing this grief is hanging with you, this stress and this grief.
This is the key card, the Queen of Fire, the Queen of Wands. This is you exerting really what we know of you to be true, you know, a dynamic and intense personality. I think you really have bravery and charisma, and maybe, you know, current circumstances make you doubt yourself for certain reasons, but we've always seen that in you, Divine. We really do. So I think that's the key card here, is that you have that fire to make this happen. The 7 of Cups could indicate that maybe up until now you felt that maybe, or maybe what you are seeing is that there are some different choices here and you're worried about whether or not you're making the right choice. This really does say you are going to make the right choice. That really, when you really can look and evaluate your choices, it will be pretty clear what choice you should make. And so basically this is just saying you are probably over worried. You just need to think about where your confidence really does come from. It comes from your tapestry of your life, what you have already done and accomplished. So you can stop worrying about that. And I'm going to let you start on those.
Well,
two.
I just did, in a way.
Okay.
I said she was anchored. Stop being anchored in the stress and the worry. You know,
Pull up the anchor.
I shouldn't be one to talk here because stress is my middle name. You know, it's been for years like that. But it's also, it's taken a toll, you know. So I really encourage you to not live with that stress and anxiety, to look at the reality of the situation and how best you can navigate it. And forget the rest. Forget the fact that, oh, I should have done this weeks ago, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Forget it. Deal with the hand you've got and show, you know, and you can do this. And you can do this. You have the ability to pull this off.
In American jingoism, this is kind of like sort of powering your way through it, using, your sense of your authority to do that. And maybe it's right. Maybe you have to make some sort of good faith offer to expedite those documents or to do something to bring them in after the fact if they allow that. But I have a feeling that there will be options. You just have to kind of be confident and press forward with them.
Yep.
So that's what we see.
That's what I've got. So if you want, we could do a quick yes/no on this one, Divine.
Kush is being very mean. That's just mean.
Don't let other people bring you
Define
down.
you. Don't let them define you.
I understand the Queen of Fire likes people to look at them with positive, all their accomplishments and the light that they have. And you hold on to that. Don't let others bring you down, because you know what you are capable of and what you have accomplished in life. So give me that. Let's do a yes/no quick and just see where things stand. Even if it's a no, I don't want you to get discouraged, because I think you can turn this around.
I know you can. Well, hang in there. We got the yes or no.
I remember you talking about how Kush felt very unconfident about, what he was doing with these set of interviews he had and stuff like that. So, he should talk, as we say.
Hey, family can be harsh sometimes. My son and I get into some political arguments from time to time, and hey, can be brutal. So,
We had a nice night out with our son and our now adult granddaughter, 18, last night at a Thai restaurant that we like to go to. It was really good. He still hasn't. Well, maybe his negativity is influencing that too. I don't know. But we could take that up some other time, I suppose. And I don't want anything to not happen good for Kush. I want everything good to happen for him or anyone that you care about.
Well, it's not a definite no, and actually there's some interesting stuff here, Divine. It's leaning towards no, because maybe you did get yourself in a little bit of a bind, but you have the Ace of Water here, and it's interesting, that came up on the 13th card, the last card I drew in the first pile. Strength came up reversed, and the Three of Earth came up upright, the Three of Pentacles. So here's what I think. I think that you're just going to have to push a little harder to make sure everything goes according to plan. You just have to be a little bit more assertive in getting things done, showing your Queen of Fire authority here, and getting things done. And with the Three of Earth here, it also means that maybe you'll have to enlist some other people's help in this matter. Whether it's some kind of advisor or somebody to work with you on, making sure everything is okay. I think that somebody else or a team may be helpful here. So it may be more than just you here. Are you okay? Okay, just trying to hold back a cough. Look who's here, Violet. So that's it. So I think here, that things will work out, but it's iffy a little bit, but it depends on you. Don't let your anxieties overwhelm you. Just go forward with this and be more confident and assured that you can get through this. I really think being, showing your strength and being more assertive than kind of a more quieter approach will be necessary here.
Like my baby.
That's what we have for you. Good luck with that, Divine.
Good luck.
I think we are on Seven Oceans, message for the week. Thank you.
Okay, message for the week.
Yep.
All right.
I'll just be 3. Your deck. Shadow. You came to visit us.
You're welcome, Divine.
Don't mess with my tablet.
You know, I guess it's because it's really bright, but she looks so striking there. When I look at the monitor, just that
I know.
big black shape there.
That's my girl.
Hey, baby.
Oh, I heard that little coo. I heard it. Ah, just a minute, Shadow. I want to get the string because you like to play with that. Oh, yes you do. Yes you do. Ah, get it. Silly girl. Just don't knock my tablet around. Goodness sakes.
And I'm using the Tarot of Oppositions.
I think she likes to bat at my wand even more.
Sunny is sleeping about 5 feet away from me off to my right.
If we give her too much attention,
He notices,
he'll be
yeah.
back. Yeah.
But they're all sort of sleeping
It's a
around the
lazy
area.
time of day.
Okay, so I'm just going to throw the 3 cards. The first one is the Ten of Pentacles, and of course it has the elements of both cards, but the reversed one is at the top. Both sides, reversed or upward. And I guess this is the reversed 5 of Swords.
What's the first one?
10 of Pentacles? Yeah, and it's reversed.
Okay, reversed Ten of Pentacles, reversed Five of Swords.
Well, I'm not sure because, you know, that one is seemingly bad either way. You tell me which side's the reversed
All right,
one.
let me take a look. Oh, I think it's reversed. Yeah.
And this one is too. The reversed 2 of Pentacles.
Jeez. So what is this? This is for the week ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, let's take a look at these, see if we get some picture here. There's the Crossroads, that hasn't come up today, and the Snake.
Well, you said general message for the week or message for the week?
Yes.
Where do you want to go here?
Well, there may be some disruptions this week. I don't know whether it's at the workplace or I don't know whether it's with family. You know, there's a potential here that it could have to do with family or an interpersonal issue, maybe with friends or in a relationship. It could be something at the workplace that is amiss as well.
Balance issues, 2 of Pentacles reversed.
Yeah, Seven Oceans. It's like there's a lot of chaos right now. It just seems like things are really chaotic, and it may have to do with a disagreement or people not working together harmoniously on something. And there's a lot of chaos and imbalance that may be affecting you this week. The Five of Swords is just not good either way. And I think when it's reversed, we see that here, that whatever the fallout is from some disagreement or some aggressive behavior maybe by someone in some way, it's causing you to want to just move away from it, get away from it, you know, and be done with it. So I feel here that maybe you're just looking for direction with the Lenormand as to how to proceed from here. It's almost as if you feel like a situation or circumstances have betrayed you or caused some grief in some way. You know, maybe you feel that you haven't been told the truth about something. You know, because there is that snake. He's a sneaky little character. And it's causing a lot of chaos and confusion for you as to what your next move really needs to be.
There was hardly anything left for me to say in a way, because it really does seem like there's some bad mojo going on here. I don't know if it's connected to a family situation or something that's more or less your family, your grouping of people, interactions with coworkers, neighbors, or things like that. But it just sort of seems like no one wants to give you the benefit of the doubt, or nobody's really there to support you in this. And it could be based on the fact that maybe they feel you were heavy-handed about something, or that you yourself were exhibiting some sense of unbalance or chaos that they didn't like. So I'm almost wondering if, like, there's a a turn against you from people that normally would be on your side, that maybe people are not feeling happy about your role in something. And with that Lenormand there, maybe people are feeling like, something wasn't represented properly, they didn't understand something. But it looks like it's a mess of trouble, Seven Ocean Skies, and I'm not really sure if I'm seeing the exact reason. I'm just sort of seeing what seems to be what's going on there. But the overall impression is that there's moves to make for you, but some danger in approaching how you're going, to either rectify things or move away completely from them.
I can't sugarcoat this reading, I'm afraid. So you have some challenges this week in dealing with others, I feel. Whether it's family, whether it's in your interpersonal life or in the workplace. It's not going to be easy, and you're really almost wondering, you're assessing your options here. I really think that's what's going on. So I wish you luck with that. I don't know if this makes sense to you. You've got some heavy mojo this week. I wish you luck with that.
Good luck.
Did you all hear that? That was cute. Shadow's a talker. Sassy talks the most, but Shadow can be a talker too. Especially when you're talking to her. She will answer back a lot. All right. I'll take those Lenormand, or I said, no, you get the Lenormand. So, there you go. And
She is fun to play with when she is in that mood.
we are on SP. Let's know career finance reading for the next couple of weeks.
Okay. We do. Aw. See. Scritches.
Oh, she gets plenty. Plenty.
Oh my goodness, we're in overtime.
I know.
How many we got left?
The list according to that is SP, Assault, Vidi. So after SP, which we're doing right now, is Vidi, Assault, Vidi, and Vi.
It seemed like the time just flowed by.
I know. Where did it go?
What did Carol Burnett used to sing? I'm so glad we had this time together.
Mr. O hasn't sung on the show in a while. It's been so pleasant.
Just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it,
And now I forgot the reading because of that. Career finance read for the next couple of weeks. Well, you have Justice upright. Am I right? Am I right?
yeah, that's justice.
But you also have the Tower upright.
Ooh.
But then you have the Nine of Cups upright. All upright cards.
How fascinating.
Some better than others.
Nice. And goldfish. Fish.
So I don't know if you're in a financial crunch right now, SP. If you're looking for work, you said career reading for the next couple of weeks, right? So I don't know if this has to do with your present job or something you are hoping for. But I will say, looking at the tower, again, you can't ignore the elephant in the room here. I feel that, something might upset your sense of balance in these next couple weeks. It might be something that wakes you up, and shakes you up a little bit. I think it's only temporary, and I feel it's basically because of the mice here. I have a feeling there's a correlation between the tower and the mice for some reason, but I'll get to that later. I think here there's a shakeup coming, and it's not going to be necessarily pleasant, but it's necessary. It's necessary for growth and learning. And I feel here that balance will be restored, and you'll be on the path towards your goals once all is said and done. It just means that for now, there may be some little upheavals financially or in your material sector. Something, like I said, is going to shake up your world a little bit, and it's going to cause you some stress, but it's not going to be a long-term situation.
I think there's a potential for something happening, some kind of shakeup. I don't know if it's connected to the idea that you need the visa, to travel too. I wonder if that's possible, but I do feel
right.
like there's a sense of something maybe finally, balancing out for you, a decision that works in your favor. Maybe it's that. But then, of course, if it is that, then maybe that says you have to, tidy up things or be prepared, to make other sudden changes perhaps. And so maybe there could be a correlation to those ideas that along with a status quo change of some sort, maybe it's about, the visa, maybe it isn't, but it does change things to where maybe you'll feel like you could have done this differently somehow, or that you realize there was another way to do it, or a different kind of potential that could be had for somehow. But still, you feel like this takes you towards what you wanted. So that's why I wonder if it's the visa thing, because I know that's very important for you. So I'm wondering,
Is it the visa, or is it just the idea of getting a different position? So, I mean, there's a transition that they want that takes them maybe to a different place, but they want that relocation at the office, right?
could be, yeah. Right, I think that was mentioned previously.
And I don't know
Thanks, Sherry, and have a good one yourself.
And I don't know, I don't want to limit myself to that, SP, but it was about career. So I wonder if there's some kind of shakeup happening here that could affect you financially and cause you a little bit of grief, but ultimately you are going to get what you want out of this situation. You are going to get what you wish for. Is it possible that that might be more trouble than it's worth? I don't know. I'm not sure about that, if that's where this is coming from. Maybe some shakeup in the workplace has to happen in order for you to finally get what you really wanted there.
And you know, with some companies, there may be so many different rotating parts that maybe not everything is aligned at the same time. And so maybe there are delays between a certain thing happening and then another thing happening. But still, the overall idea is it's moving you towards that.
See you later, Sherry.
Take care.
Take care.
So I think that's what we have.
I think that's what we have. It's interesting. So I don't know, maybe there will be some movement in 2 weeks, or maybe by the end of the 2-week period, things are going to maybe start coming to a head. And they're going to have to do something, and maybe it'll all work out in your favor. I'm hoping. Gosh, SP, good luck with that.
All right.
And Asal, you are up, I believe? Yes. What was happening in the relationship between Alabek and Deanna? Maybe he left her. I just don't understand. Well, if he left her, she wouldn't keep acting like everything was okay, because the word would get out on that, I would think. But let's see what's going on in their relationship and see if there's any signs of trouble. I did recall in the past when we've done readings about that, Asal, that things weren't always that rosy, so you never know.
Well, I think what you're basically telling us, though, Asal, is that you seem to know that something happened to this relationship, and that Alabek had actually broke off with you to move on with Daenerys, but now you're not so sure that that worked out for them. Is that what you're getting there?
All
Or
I'm
you're not
getting is
sure?
she wants to know the status of their relationship.
I see. Okay, so I'm going to use the Ghost Tarot. Maybe we're hoping, well, someone might be. I don't know. Is that good of me to do that?
All right, let's see.
Current status. So, the first card is the reverse Nine of Wands. Followed by the upright devil. Wow, these might be telling a picture. I don't know. A story.
I knew that that's the devil.
Yes.
I knew the devil was going to come up. I just knew it.
And then
It's in my mind.
the reversed Five of Wands. So, I almost wonder if like what you may have heard or felt is true. Sun, coffin. So, do you have some inside line of, gossip here or something
Well,
here?
Estelle's hearing a lot from Daenerys, and it's rude stuff to her, like she's the one, she has him, and all of this stuff. But I've always said that she may have won the battle, but their relationship is not the best in the world, and I still think that holds to be true.
The Nine of Wands is reversed, and this seems like somebody who is giving up, or somebody who feels they can't move on, or somebody who feels they don't have their high point, their strong point.
The Nine of Wands shows like somebody putting up a white flag of surrender. What does that mean? They've given up on having a better life somewhere else. So in other words, has Alabek just settled for life with Daenerys? For better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, in bad behavior or good. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at with this, but not necessarily. Or has he thrown the flag on the relationship? Has he given up on the relationship? I can't rule that out here.
Well,
Let's
that
move
devil
on.
card sort of weighs at it. don't
Well,
you
but
think?
that devil card almost makes me feel that somebody feels codependent in this relationship.
Ah, yeah. good
That
point.
somebody feels tied to this relationship.
Trapped.
And maybe not in a healthy manner. Hey, it could be a sexual attraction or infatuation that Alabek has with Daenerys, or some other thing that keeps him with Daenerys, and that cannot be, separated. But it doesn't look healthy.
And
And then
then
let's go
finally, it takes us to the Five of Wands reversed. And this could be saying that there's really a lot of friction there that could eventually be realized in something maybe, strifeful, contestments.
So the Five of Wands reversed could indicate here that somebody is thinking of moving on. Somebody really wishes they could move on, because I feel here this may tie in. I don't know why I'm feeling like that kind of. Well, it really ties into that Nine of Wands too. I think both of these wand cards kind of tie into the Lenormand here, where they feel there's been an end to joy in this relationship, an end to happiness. And, because the sun is usually a positive card, so I can't take away that positive quality of the sun, but when you put it with the coffin, it looks like this positivity is coming to an end. And again, Estelle, I have to remind you, people live in unhappy relationships for the rest of their lives. They don't necessarily move on or divorce. So this may be the case here. I'm just not sure. Or it could be that maybe somebody will finally decide they've had enough and move on. But I have a feeling, just looking at these cards and with this devil here, that they haven't broken the bonds of this relationship yet. So, you know, again, I have to say here, I know we've had the conversation, and I don't want to beat a dead horse, and I know you said you've moved past all of this, and it's just that Dinara keeps coming back with this stuff towards you, but you have to let that go. You just have to let that go. Because maybe she's pushing that envelope so hard because life with Alabek may not be as happy as she would like even, but she will never admit that to you. Or anybody else necessarily for that matter. It's kind of how I feel about it. And so I wish you luck with that, but really, you need to channel some of that. What is it I want to say? The energy of the card, can't think of which one, that just says, hey, don't let what other people think and say get to you. Maybe it's that Six of Wands reversed. Don't let it get to you. You need to just let it roll off of you, because it's how you feel about yourself that matters. Don't let other people bring you down.
Well, it could
That's the bottom
also,
line.
to some degree, have qualities of the reversed Five of Cups. The idea that you need to let go of some regrets or things and look at what's coming back into your life, because things will come back.
Yeah. And that's what I see. And you know, it's kind of what we've been seeing all along, Asal. Maybe they are broken up. Maybe it's possible I'm wrong. But I've kind of seen with some of the cards we've done in this situation that they're not completely happy and satisfied in their lives. Or at least one of them is not. So she may be overcompensating and trying to put up a good front here. I don't know. But it is toxic. Her attitude is very bad.
All right, so Vidi and Violet. Wow,
Yeah.
we're almost done.
Yeah, but it's already 4:18.
I know.
All
Vidi,
right,
what
so-
do I need to work on so that I can grow further, career and love-wise?
Okay. I'm going to use my nose.
Love you too, Estelle. Take care.
Take care, Sal. You know, I've been thinking about this, and I think I want to do 2 and 2. Because they may be two different things.
Sure.
Grow in career and grow in love. So
All right, let's do 2 and 2.
Awesome, Sal.
Oh, well, that was quick. Good luck to you. We hope so too, of course.
Interesting.
All right.
Okay, the first one's career, so let's start there. You got the Eight of Cups upright.
It's reversed.
I'm sorry, it is reversed. Yeah, I'm sorry. The next card is upright, and the reason I'm confused is because it's another 8, it's strength upright. Okay.
All right. And then those two are the scythe and those damn mice. So maybe the scythe is curving back towards the mice. I don't know. Do you want to talk now? Yeah.
I'm trying to think my way through this one.
Okay, 2 8s.
Because of that 8 of Cups reversed. So, but also I have this feeling the mice and the scythe might be related to the 8 of Cups reversed. And I think here, you know, the 8 of Cups reversed is kind of like making me think that you shouldn't allow any negative experiences from your past, some of the stresses you may have endured in moving forward with, your career. I want to look at that again. What is the question exactly?
What can we do?
What you need to work on so you can go further with career and love life.
This is a major arcana.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm talking about this.
I know.
And so what I wanted to say here is that I think any of the stresses, any of the disappointments, any of the losses you feel you've had in the past in relation to career, you need to cut ties with that. And that Eight of Cups reversed there is making me feel that you might be, that is not something you need to carry forward with you moving forward. It might be what's tying your hands from moving forward career-wise, is maybe some setbacks and maybe some things that you are allowing to make you feel you're not ready for a bigger step, or you're not ready to take on a bigger job with better opportunities, or to even find a firm place in your career. That might be what's holding you back. You have to let that go.
You may be overplaying the importance of what you think are obstacles. Maybe these obstacles are not as big. That's the mice. And maybe you are able to kind of cut through them.
Do you feel it's tied into that? How do you want to handle the Eight of Cups reversed?
Well, I think to me this is saying, that you're not moving as quickly or as best as you can because you perceive your obstacles to be stronger than what they are.
I like that. And I feel you're right. He's right. You're not moving and aspiring higher. You have to really now aim higher, I believe. Strength is here upright to say you have what it takes, and it's not going to take a lot of effort, force to move forward. It's just letting go of these obstacles and maybe not making them seem as big as they are. Because, when the mice are here, they really are small.
Well,
right?
When I look at strength, I think that, strength is talking maybe about the softer projection of power, coming from being supportive or generous or kind. And so to some people, this sort of says, oh, well, we don't like that in business careers or certain kinds of careers. We need somebody who's a harder edge. So some of this is saying you need to discover that balance for yourself too. And maybe that's part of what's tied up with this too, is that, you might feel like you need to do a softer approach to your obstacles, but maybe you need to be firm about how you take on those little minor annoyances rather than being kind. Maybe you just need to kind of take care of them.
I also think sometimes with the Eight of Cups, and in this position reversed, with this kind of question, it might be saying that you need to not, sometimes we hold on to things from our past, our ways of doing things, our expectations of what our future career should look like and be like based on our past experiences. You need to cut ties with that. You need to have, to open your expectations more and be open to more growthful things. You can't, you're not going to grow if you continue to just live in the way you did things in the past. You have to be more forward thinking now. And it won't take much out of you to do that as much as you think. So that's what I want to say there.
So then what can you do for your love relationships? And the first one is the Nine of Swords reversed.
It's another 8. And this one's reversed.
And it's the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. And that coffin back again. But the book. And the book is, influencing the coffin. So that may actually be better.
Maybe.
I'm
trying to grok this reading too. It's an interesting reading for you, Viddy. I think here for, as far as love and relationships go and improving things there, you have to have less anxiety. You have to release and look at the reality of your situation. Are you trying too hard? Are you not trying hard enough to, improve conditions in your life as far as love goes? How much effort are you putting there, if any? Okay? It may be that you have to work a little bit harder here, I almost feel, than you may have to work here on turning things around.
There's almost a push-pull between these two cards.
Yeah,
the Nine of Swords, sort of like saying, no, everything's good, I can really, pump it. And then this one's saying like, well, maybe I'm not understanding something, or maybe something doesn't work the way I think it should work. And so that leads me to this, is saying like, the Book and the Coffin, maybe you're overthinking it, which is similar to what you said. Maybe you're overthinking things that are about what disappoints you, what is you're over criticizing yourself in a way too.
Well, you're overthinking what you need to do as opposed to actually doing something. Remember, the Eight of Pentacles is about work. It's about getting to work on it. So you have to just get out there. You have to get out there and try to improve conditions in your life. If you're searching for a partner, you have to make yourself available in whatever ways you can. If you feel you've been doing that already, you need to really look at this reality of the situation and determine what else is needed. I feel here, though, that you might be overthinking this a little bit. I really like that. I do. I was almost going that way. I feel here, too, it might be the time for sitting back and dwelling on it is over. It's done. You need to get out and do what you can to try to find the person, find love in your life.
For some people, that's the ironic thing, is that maybe love comes when they're just not really thinking about it. It's just like kind of like catches you by surprise, and that when we try too hard, we maybe are negating possibilities somehow.
Yeah, like I said, the work thing could go either way for me. Generally, when I look at this card, I think people are not putting in enough effort, so you may want to look at that situation that way. But also, if you have been trying too hard and you have been stressing out over this, it's time to ease up a little bit on that. It's time to ease up a little bit on that. And just try to have fun. Try to have fun in meeting new people and engaging with others, and relationships may come out of that when you stop overthinking it too much and pushing it and just trying to just have some fun.
All right.
So, the book is about being serious and doing serious study, etc. too. Put an end to that. Just have some fun. That's what I have for you. Good luck with that. Good luck with both of those. And we are on Violet Lotus.
All right.
Second spiritual awakening.
Meatball Heroes, that sounds good. I'm getting hungry now.
What can my cosmic star families and cosmic guardian angel reveal to me about why this feels this way to you? About your the lunar eclipse and your birthday. Okay. That's interesting. And yeah, isn't it a solar eclipse that's happening on in Aries, right? Is that right? So yeah, interesting stuff going on.
All right.
Right.
Well then, I'm going to use my Reformed Golden Dawn. Good. I hope you liked it, SP. Thank you.
So, let's ask it this way. Why is this important? Well, what is the reason you feel this is important? And I guess it would be why this is important. Maybe it'll be something that enhances that. Do you think
So
my reading
2 and
will
2?
fit, or do you want to do 3 cards?
No, that sounds okay.
Okay, let's try it.
So it's going to be 2 and 2?
I may resort to 3 cards. No, I don't think it's a 2 and 2.
It's just 3 cards?
Let's try my reading.
The 1, 2, 3.
And it might go to 3 cards if I feel that way about it. All right. So let's lay them all out and take a look at them. Let's do it that way.
Okay.
King of Swords, upright. 5 of Swords, upright. Prince of Swords, upright. Wow, all swords. You go.
Well, that's challenges, and guess what's back again? Take a guess.
Oh, nice. Nibble, nibble. Fire. Or fish. Whoops. So, swords all upright.
Well, that 5 of Swords is a bit of contention here.
I know, because it says the keyword right on it, defeat.
I kind of feel that your stars, well, I'm almost going with 3 cards here. Not my way of doing it because of what I see. And I want to really start with that 5 of Swords. I kind of think your Starseed family and your angels are feeling here this energy, even though it's around your birthday. You know, sometimes eclipses can be a little bit wobbly. And I feel here that, you know, with the intensity of Aries, you know, it could be saying that there could be some anger issues that surface about some things. You know, there may be some anger issues that resurface in you, maybe just because the eclipse energies are bringing this out at this time. And, but I feel here when you look at these other 2 cards upright, you're going to be able to navigate that very well. I feel here you are in a much stronger position now to deal with this kind of energy, with this kind of challenging energy here. The King of Swords is just saying, hey, slice and dice right through that. You can make really positive decisions. You will not allow anything that has caused you anger or animosity that may be resurfacing from your past to throw you off your present course. I think here you are really safe, secure, and sound. And the Prince of Swords here is indicating to me the page. That
would be the Knight.
That's the Knight in this deck. That means that you will rapidly move through this. I really feel here this is a situation that may only be through eclipse season. And I get the feeling it is eclipse season we're talking about here, not beyond that. I feel here that, you know, there may be some, well, the fishes here, there just may be a lot of things that might come to the surface during this time. Remember, the fish can be about abundance in general. It doesn't have to be about financial. And I'm not feeling that here, or material. I'm feeling this is something within you. There may be some things that will be burbling up inside of you that may be causing you a little bit of temporary stress and anxiety. But you are going to manage this very well.
I can't add a whole lot to this. She always does this to me. But I feel there's so much energy going on here, Violet. And I think that the 5 of Swords is representing the idea that something probably that cuts through the idea of what's going on spiritually as well as what's going on physically for you will really cause some consternation. It may be that you're going to have some issues that relate to handling it all. You know, and we see that a lot of times with all the other 5 cards because they're all about energies and perhaps how well we can balance and handle them. So I think this is saying really these are big challenges for you, but I think you really will have this. You know, you mostly just have to remember, I got this kind of thing. Ultimately, they may really bring you opportunities, but also some challenges. And so you may have to accept that not everything works out exactly the way you want. I think I want to see that also through the 5 of Swords, that sometimes you can win, but the winning isn't exactly what you really needed. You might have needed something different than just winning.
I just feel that, you know, and the 5 of Swords is a very contentious card, clearly. Yeah. Now, for example, though, if either of these were reversed, I might feel different about this situation, especially if it was the King of Swords reversed. But, you know, they are upright and they are in their positive aspects here, and it's almost as if they're a protective energy against these feelings, these aggressive or anger issues that may come to the surface. And I feel here this could overwhelm you a little bit, but you've got this. It's only temporary, and I feel you are in a far better place here, in order to handle and manage the situation. And also, watch during this time how you respond to things, Don't let things get under your skin. And I'm thinking in terms of social media and other things right now that could cause a reaction. Try to use the tempered wisdom of the King of Swords here, in how you respond to things during this eclipse season. Because also, am I right about this? When is the full moon eclipse going to be? It's in April, right? Is it going to be around the 9th or 10th of April, I think. So be wary of how you respond during this time to this stuff. And I don't know, that's all I got to say. I really think it's temporary. The mice are only temporary annoyances. And like I said, if this Five of Swords appeared with any other kind of negativity, but it almost seems like you're protected. And the fact that the mice came up here instead of something like the cross, I feel as though it's only temporary. So, hey, even if you are reborn, even if you have, transited into a better place, we all have to deal with struggles and challenges still. And something is going to break through, and you're going to deal with it just fine. End of story. Good luck with that.
You're welcome.
I mean, I you know me, I won't mince words, so I don't like the Five of Swords. But I'll tell you what, it's all context, and it's all context with how I see the cards playing out together. So good luck with that.
All right. So that means
We're done.
we're done.
I'm wrapping up my Lenormand here. So hey, thanks to all of you who stuck with us this long. And appreciate you. We had a great day of readings today, I think. Not all was happy, unfortunately, but there was some good stuff. And wishing everybody the best in the week ahead. And we'll be back here Thursday night for more. Feel free to come back and get another from us. Take care, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. And we'll see you all real soon. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.